Nice. Okay, yes. Welcome back to the curse part 2.
The Curse.
Yeah.
Great start.
You know.
The Curse.
Yeah. What do you have to say about that?
I haven't watched The Curse in months, I would say. However, I did see the rehearsal. Season 2. There we go.
Right. Actually, wait, did you know that Emma Stone and Nathan Fielder are working on something new together?
Thank God. Emma Stone has become such a little freak.
Right.
She really has. She's working on like the weirdest stuff.
I mean, yeah, true. She like linked up with Yorgos Lanthimos once, and now she's doing
Twice actually.
avant-garde things.
Because didn't she did Poor Little Things, and then she did the other one that no one saw because it looked like fucking shit.
Isn't it Poor Things, not Poor Little Things? Okay.
Oh yeah, it is Poor Little Things. Okay, The Curse Part 2.
I thought that was gonna be funny. Okay, God.
Oh, I thought you like genuinely said it.
No, because we did we did a whole episode on the curse.
Yeah, didn't we also do an episode on the rehearsal?
Yeah, cracking up in a cold one. You know.
Did that resound? Did that echo for you, by the way?
Yeah. I'm actually going to crank like a reverb on that during the editing, and so it just like echoes.
Yeah, can you actually just make it like deafening?
So, you
to
actually
complain.
watched the rehearsal, which is insane.
But
'Cause you,
before
don't
we do
watch
that,
anything.
first of all, I watch things all the time. It's just usually Drag Race or Survivor these days.
Survivor? What is this? 2002? Like what?
No, it's 2025, and actually Survivor's on season 49 starting this fall. So
Yeah, I heard Mike White's gonna be coming back for that. Actually,
yeah, season 50. He's on season 50, which will be next year. But they just started filming yesterday. It's day 2 out there. I want to fly to Fiji so fucking bad and spy on what's happening.
Right.
You don't even know like how big of an event season 50 is to like people who are into Survivor. It's like people hate the cast actually, but I love the cast. The cast is so good.
Did you even watch all other 48 seasons?
No, but I'm watching season 20 right now. So I've seen the first 19 and a half seasons, and then I've seen a lot of like sporadic ones throughout. So like I've seen, I would say 70 to 75% of them.
That's
I'm
nuts,
working on it.
actually.
I'm working on it.
Like 19 and a half seasons is wild.
No, it's not.
Like
don't
to
know what
watch
to
of a
tell
show, yeah. Like think about how much time of your life like you have to spend watching that many.
Well, it's over the
episodes of a
span of like, I mean, I got into it like 2018, I think.
Yeah.
So it's like, it's over like a 7-year span. It's not like, Drag Race,
show. Yeah.
you judge me for it because I watched like 10 seasons in a year. I'm going faster on Drag Race than I ever went on Survivor.
Drag Race is why. Wait, where are you in Drag Race?
So listen, I just finished All Star 6, and thank God there's a good season of All Stars again. Because All Stars 2 was like, as everyone knows, like one of the best reality competition seasons ever filmed.
Right.
All Stars 6 was so good.
Who was
3,
on that
4, and
season?
5 were like bleh. Like 3, 4, and 5 were like not that great.
Right.
3 was actively bad. 4 was okay until they gave it 2 winners, and then 5 was like fine.
I'm sure Ashley's gonna be like mad at you for that, but that's fine.
I think like I think that's the popular opinion though. Like 3 and 4 in particular were shit. 5 was okay. Who was on 6? I can't remember the name of the girl who won. But she was from like season 2 originally, I think. But Eureka was there, Ginger Minj was there, Trinity K. Bonet was there.
Okay.
Oh my God,
Ginger
Raja
Minj is
O'Hara
on the newest season of All Stars.
Good. Honestly, I think Ginger Minj like should have like very easily could have won season 7 over Violet Chachki, and I think she very easily could have won All Star 6 over. And the winner, oh my God, I feel so bad. I did like the winner. She was good, but I cannot remember her name.
Of season 6? Should we
Like
just
All
look
Star
it up?
6.
Right.
All Stars 6 winner. Kylie Sonique Love.
Right.
She was good, but she was my least favorite of the 4. The final 4.
Yeah, I feel like she's a little forgettable. You know?
Yeah, I don't know. It was just such a good season. Like, genuinely, any of the final, like, I would say 5 could have won.
Right. And I mean, once you get to this newest All-Star season, it's a little different because they're doing like a tournament, and it's pretty it gets pretty messy. If you like,
I heard
the drama.
Mistress. I heard Mistress is back. Isabella Brooks or whatever.
Yeah, and she is causing drama. Let's just say that.
Yeah, I mean, she was messy in whatever 15 season 15. I think that was the first season I ever watched. She was like messy then, but like I was like, I wanted her to go all the way to the end because I enjoyed watching her.
Yeah, I think you'll be like, what?
Okay.
Like
What?
it involves like mostly the tournament side of things. She was just being like shady with the, like, you know, like setting up little alliances, stirring the pot.
You know what other show does that?
Survivor.
Survivor. It's actually the entire show of Survivor is alliances and then betrayals, or actually just staying true to
Did
your
you watch
alliances.
The Traitors.
Yes, Traders is fun.
Yeah.
Traders always starts out so good and then ends like meh though, because all the best cast members always get voted out early.
We're only on season 2, only a couple episodes into season 2, but season 1, like, because Suri was from Survivor, wasn't she?
Yeah, Suri is a
She
legend.
won.
Yeah, I take it back. Suri was obviously incredible at that game.
And the ending was wild. Like, fucking
Suri,
in the end.
yeah. Well, honestly, like, they were so freaking bad at this game, they deserved it. Like,
Yeah,
they
I
had
agree.
every piece of evidence in the world, and they just couldn't see it. But Suri is a Survivor legend. Like, Suri is playing 50 right now. That's part of the reason why people are excited. She's out there right now playing. As we speak. Do you understand me? She's playing. And this is like her 5th time playing.
Are you excited for season 50?
Is it not clear? Wait, season 2 of The Traitors has Parvati and Sandra, though.
Right. Sandra. Wait, who's Sandra?
Survivor Queen.
Okay, sure.
The one
I need to
who's
watch
beefing
Survivor,
with
I guess.
the one who's beefing with Parvati.
Oh, okay. All right. Yeah. No, I get what you mean.
Because, by the way, they beef because of the season that I am watching right now, season 20. This is all connecting. This is amazing.
I remember them saying that. They were
Yeah.
like, yeah. Maybe we should watch Survivor. I'll talk to Ashley about that. See how she feels.
I can give you first of all, you should, and I can give you like recommendations for seasons to start out on, because not all seasons are the same. Some are much better than others. There are some seasons that, like, when Survivor is good, it is like the best show on TV. It is better than like scripted television, but it can be bad too, to be honest.
Should I just start from season 1 and watch 50 seasons of it?
No, that's what I'm telling you not to do, because a lot, especially the earlier seasons, a lot of them are like boring.
All right. Didn't somebody like die on Survivor once?
No.
Or like, I thought that happened. Like, maybe it wasn't Survivor. I don't know. Maybe it wasn't that. It was like a show like Survivor. Somebody died.
No one died. Like, people get medevaced all the time.
Right.
Wait, what was I gonna say? Oh, season 5 of Survivor is genuinely the worst thing of TV I've ever seen. I did not finish that season because it was straight up, it was just horrible people.
Right.
Everyone on that season was just such a piece of shit that I was cheering for nobody.
You have to get caught up on Drag Race so we could like talk about it during the week, you know? Like,
I know, but even that I'm starting to space out now, because it's like I went so fast. And that for the main show, I think I'm on season 13. Like, I think that's next.
right.
But I'm not going to start that quite yet.
That's crazy. That you're just on season 13.
Listen, I started it last year. I started a year and a half ago. Actually, I'm gonna go back. I'm gonna go back and watch season 3.
Like when I came here, Ashley wanted to start from the beginning, so we started from the beginning and watched all the way up until now and got caught up.
Yeah.
With like every season.
Well, I was weird. Like I started with 15, and then I was like, all right, I'm locked in. I'm gonna go all the way back. But then I didn't watch the first 3 seasons because they were like on Paramount Plus or whatever. They were like super low res, or like the aspect ratio was off or something. So like, season 4 was, I was like, oh, this is the first modern looking one. So that's what I started with.
I'm pretty sure the show was like on some weird channel that, you know, probably like super low budget, and that's probably why it was like some weird aspect ratio.
Yeah, and season 1 has an awful filter to it that I never want to look at. So I don't know if I'll ever watch season 1, but I'll go back and watch 2 and 3. Maybe I should do that next.
Yeah. I mean, I think you should. I think you should get caught up on all of it.
Because I already know so many people from 2 and 3. I know Manila. I love Manila. Manila should have won All Stars 4 or 5, whichever she was on.
On this season of All Stars, there's some queens from like season 1 and 2 and 3.
Yeah. See, like there is on every All Star season. There's at least a couple that I don't know. Yeah. So I need to just go back.
I think you should. Well.
Okay. Remember when we tried to talk about the curse 5, 10, 15, 20, 25 minutes ago?
Should we get into the curse? Just kidding. Just joshing, okay? God. Have some whimsy.
I have a bone to pick with you. By the way, I threw my stress toy. It bounced somewhere where I may never see it again. Just so you know that's what happened. You cost me my pride, my dignity, and my stress toy. When you said that, I genuinely was so pissed off because it wasn't even the comment itself. By the way, like everyone's so scared right now who's watching this. It's because he shit talked me in an episode with Ashley. You literally were like, it's the way you were like, oh, that guy. You were like, oh, him.
Oh, shit. You know?
You were like, I try to be whimsical with him, but as if I'm not.
Where's the whimsy? Bring it back.
Did you not see that?
Yeah.
I pulled a Sasha Velour. By the way, I've been sitting here. This is a ripped up napkin because I didn't have confetti. I was literally going to buy confetti and then I just forgot.
That was your bit?
Yeah. But then I was like, this isn't organic. I was like, I'm going to wait for my opportunity. Because I was going to start off mad, but then I was like, I'm not really mad, so I can't really do anything.
That was crazy that you set up that bit. But also, yeah, bring back the whimsy, man, from like the curse episode.
What whimsy?
I'm just joking.
You sounded so serious. What do you want me to do?
No, I think Ashley was like, because you said something about being whimsical or something. You in one of the episodes you said that, like, about something being whimsical or not being whimsical, and then it's just been a running joke, so we just thought we'd...
the pirate... no, I remember. This is the Pirates of the Caribbean episode, because I think that one got really low views, and then I was like, we're not going to be whimsical anymore. We're dead serious.
You know, so it's just been a...
Is this what the people want? Whimsy? Is that... That's, like, by the way, terrifying. That's my only version of whimsy.
The people just listening, they're going to be scared.
That was really scary. I'm sorry. I apologize.
Fuck.
I'm going to have ripped up napkin all over my desk for, like, the next year.
I'm about to, like, buy, like, a bunch of balloons. We're about to have, like, a whole party next episode to be really whimsical.
We should.
You know?
We should, like, I should, like, dress up as, like, a monkey.
We'll go full party mode.
I literally have a rat costume. I'm going to dress up as a rat. I'm not joking.
Wasn't that, like, your Halloween costume?
Yeah, like 2022 or something. I went as a rat. No, I'm gonna go as a rat, and then what are you gonna go as? What costumes do you have?
Also a rat. No, I'm just kidding. I don't have I don't have any costumes, but I will get something and we'll.
You don't have a rat costume?
I don't have any
readily
costumes,
available.
I haven't done Halloween in a few years, like dressing up specifically.
I'm sorry, but like you're literally lame. Like you're lame for that. Like you are in the wrong for that.
No, I know. Ashley does like little photo shoots, or at least she tries to get dressed up. You know, since we don't do like trick or treat or anything, 'cause we're adults.
I just go like, sorry, like my friends like are obsessed with Halloween. It's their Christmas, so like I get them a Halloween gift every year instead of a Christmas gift. And they just have like a big Halloween party every year at their house, and they go all out with decorating. I usually help them decorate, or like sometimes, but like that's the only reason I go hard is like because there's always like 30 or 40 people there who are all dressed up, and like you kind of have to, you know.
Well, good thing about us is our whole apartment is a Halloween party every day. We have pumpkins everywhere. Everything is like fucking Halloween themed, so
you have no excuse for not dressing up, babe.
I mean, true. It is true.
We should both go as Rami Malek.
I did get dressed up the one year. I was I was like a skull or something, or like a skeleton or some shit. Like it wasn't like a full costume, but like I had face paint on, you know.
Yeah, I should do my own face. Well, one time I did try to do my own face paint, and it was like terrible. Because I used to have a roommate who, like, back in college, like he was a film major, so like he literally took like makeup like classes,
right? And
he would like make me a zombie or a skeleton like every year. Those were the days.
Yeah, I think we should discuss this off the pod, and then we could bring it on to the pod one day.
Listen, we're being whimsical right now. This is what the people want. Okay?
Yeah.
It's taking us fucking 35 minutes to get to our main topic.
I mean, yeah, so get to it. Get with it.
Okay. The Rehearsal. Season 2.
Yeah, I had to literally like beg you to watch episode 3 or whatever that episode was with the...
I was gonna watch it. However, that was definitely the best episode. I loved episode 3.
It was the most insane thing I've ever watched, actually.
Why did he do that?
Honestly. Well, should we get into like what this season was about for the people who maybe just like saw some headlines and were like, what the heck is that? And didn't watch the show?
Can we do that while being whimsical?
I don't know, actually.
You see, kids, the Rehearsal is about a magic airplane that a wizard named Nathan Fielder learns to fly because he wants all pilots to be happy and every passenger to be safe.
I mean, that's insane. I'm going to clip that and put that as the beginning of the episode.
Why? So we get 0 viewers? That is like so scary, by the way. I think like sometimes when I try to be whimsical, it's just like downright terrifying. Like I should submit that to HBO as like my audition tape for Pennywise.
Actually,
like
for the TV
I would get a call back. Which, by the way, are we gonna watch and review?
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
Obviously. Yeah, duh.
When does that even come out? You know,
this fall. It's like one of the rare shows that like moved up in production because they were saying 2026
right
the whole time, and now it's like, by the way, this fall.
You're 2025
this fall.
You're into that?
Yeah.
You're like, yeah, I'm whimsical. Duh.
And who is more whimsical than Pennywise? I should have 2 red balloons behind me.
Actually, yeah. When we do that, we better get red balloons.
And I'm gonna wear clown makeup.
I mean, if you don't, what has this all been about?
Are you calling me a clown? Because I am.
No.
Okay, wait. Okay, anyway, the Rehearsal. Okay, this is ridiculous, by the way. The Rehearsal. Okay, so and then he like I love that like I love that Nathan Fielder has reached a point in his career where he just has unlimited budget. Not unlimited,
I mean, yeah.
but he gets big budget stuff. And HBO was sort of just like, do whatever you want. And he references that like every episode. He's like, well, I have this unsigned check from HBO, so like I need to, use the money.
And he's just like, well, we're leasing an airplane this season.
Yeah. We're for no reason. We're restarting a Canadian singing competition from like 2000.
That's crazy.
Why did he do that? Like, it had absolutely nothing to do with the season. He just wanted to do it.
Yeah, and that episode reminded me of our upbringing.
American Idol.
We would come in and talk about that. American
We
Idol.
were obsessed.
I mean, yeah. Well, you specifically.
It's still, yeah, I was. We were still like the show is still on, by the way.
Yeah, but we don't talk about that.
I know. I haven't watched I would say the last 3 or 4 seasons. I think the runner up of a recent season like died like shortly after their season aired.
Right.
It was like this young kid, and I think he was like in a car accident or something and died like a year after he got like second place.
That's crazy.
It was like so sad. He was really good. I think he should have won.
The American Idol, like it now, it's just like The Voice. It seems like it's trying to be The Voice, where like they have like a piano and like instruments now.
Well, they always had instruments.
Well, not during the audition.
Maybe you're right.
I mean, like sometimes you could like bring like whatever you wanted, but like it's like they have it all set up for them now, and it's like more of like a production.
Well, it's less like the thing about American Idol, like back in the like I'm talking like what are you talking? Like we're talking like season like 5 through like 10, 11, 12. What season was Jessica Sanchez on? I think that was the last one that we watched.
I don't even remember the name.
And Philip Phillips. That was like 11 or 12 or 13.
Right.
That was a crazy season.
How could we forget Philip Phillips, the nation's like?
But actually,
he's like the nation's prodigy.
His song had an absolute chokehold on America during the 2012 Olympics.
Right.
Right? An absolute chokehold.
And who was that one guy that like everyone like clowned, but like he like almost won because it was like a meme? Wasn't there like a guy that was like so bad, but like everyone was like,
oh, Sanjaya?
Yeah. But he like wasn't that bad, but like he was like kind of bad.
He was like, I feel like he was an above average singer. It's just like he had just happened to be in like the final like 10 of American Idol or something, which is like
because it was
farther
like a
than
meme
I guess
online. I think like they just like pushed it because they could like call in and do like votes.
Oh yeah, there was like vote for the worst. No, there was this whole thing called Vote for the Worst, which was like this entire website, and they would pick like who the worst contestant is, and they would just like rally everyone to vote for them so it'd go further.
This is like the nostalgic fever dream that we're bringing back for our listeners.
Wait, the early 2000s were great. Oh my god, do I have more nostalgia for the 2000s than the 90s?
Maybe. That's crazy though.
I feel like I might because I was only 6 in the 90s.
Right.
I was only 6 when we got to the 2000s.
You were only 6 like throughout the entire 90s.
Well, yeah, I was like, you know what I mean though? Like we're 90s kids, but like I feel like we like, at least me, like I gained my consciousness in like 2001 maybe. Right. Actually, it happened during 9/11.
That's crazy.
That was my first like memory. I remember this is. Do you want to know my 9/11 story? Like we were in like second grade gym class, and they had us all like sitting along like the corner. I don't know if your school ever made you do that.
I mean, was it second grade? Were we in second grade then?
Yeah.
That's crazy, actually. I don't know. I mean, sure.
We were. Because look, babe. Okay, I guess we're going to dox ourselves. We graduated 2012. We were in 12th grade in 2012. Okay,
Right.
which means that the first half of each year should be the year.
Right.
Like the first half of our 12th grade was 2011. You know what I mean? Because we graduated 2012.
Okay.
So the first half of second grade was 2001.
Okay. All right.
Isn't that
I'm with
crazy?
you. Yeah, that is actually crazy. Yeah.
So we were in second grade, and then I remember like we were seated in rows. I'm probably conflating two different memories, by the way. But like I remember the teacher like was pointing to her shirt, and she was having everyone like try to read it. It was two big words, and I figured it out. It was physical education. I figured it out, and then she had me like scream it like whimsical, and I was like, physical education. Sorry, I bumped up on my confetti, so they didn't fall like they should have. And I remember like just screaming it like 5 times, and then like they're like, by the way, 9/11 just happened like immediately after that.
That's actually insane. And like, was that just because you were just in gym class, or was it because they did that because of what was going on?
That's such a good question. Like I don't know. Like we should go back and ask. I'm gonna call up my second grade gym teacher and be like, hey, do you remember why you had me read physical education?
That's crazy. I
think they're just
was living
teaching
in
us
New
the
Jersey
word.
at the time.
Scum.
I was closer to the action, by the way.
Yeah, where were you, by the way? Where were you on 9/11? Yeah, where the fuck were you on 9/11?
I was in school, but like there was like fighter jets going over because like we were so close to the city at that time. Isn't that nuts? I do remember that.
Yeah.
That's like one of my memories of that. And
Do you
my
remember how you
mom, like,
felt?
being like upset?
Wait, were you scared?
No, because I didn't really understand what was going on. You know?
Yeah, me neither. I remember being like, I remember my mom like getting home and my parents were like, "Oh my god, another plane went down," and
you're like, planes, like.
I just remember like thinking like being like, "Oh, are we all gonna die?" Like, no, I probably didn't think that. Like, I was never scared. I was like confused. I was like, a plane. Like, I thought like I genuinely for a second thought that plane like terrorists were attacking like.
That was actually your like rehearsal moment for the Rehearsal season 2.
Wait, this comes full circle because my entire theory for season 2 was that it was going to be a rehearsal for 9/11.
Yeah,
Didn't come to fruition. Did not come to fruition.
I think it was just reversed. I think our 9/11 was the rehearsal for.
Wait, you're right.
The rehearsal, you know.
That gave me chills.
Because he just, he wanted to go back and save all of the people. Well, not really like save, but he wants to prevent it from happening, like crashes from happening. Not that this has anything to do with like that. But
well, literally, like. I remember in the first episode they showed like footage of like Bush, or they showed footage of 9/11 or something.
Right.
And then he revived Wings of Voice, the Canadian Idol thing. And I was like, why is this so early 2000s code? This is like so like the year 2000 coded.
Yeah.
And then like I went on Reddit and there was like this, sorry, a touchy subject for you, I know. There was this post that was like, I think this season is going to be about him stopping 9/11. And I was like, oh my God, like I'm not the only one who thinks that.
All right. And then it just didn't happen because people on Reddit are lost. I'm just joking. But
No, I'm just kidding. Imagine I was just that mad.
But I didn't. I mean, I could see that like maybe happening because of the literally because of like how this was going. But of course it didn't happen, because why would he do like the most like normal thing of like the normal trajectory of something going on? Who thought that he was going to end this season with him actually flying a plane with fucking passengers,
Who are all actors, who, by the way, like, I love that the one actor was like, how many people have said no to this, by the way? Yeah. Like, I love that he was just, like, so coolly, like, getting lay of the land. Like, that was such a smooth way of being like, is this really safe? And
he's just like, absolutely nobody, like...
I love that actor. He was so good in his role. Why did he fly a plane in the last episode?
What do you mean? Like, wait, why? What? Like, why is that a question? What are you talking about?
Good question. I don't know. My brain like literally froze. I don't know. I feel like he was building up to this legislation thing, and then like I guess he gave
Right.
up. Like it just never really, nothing really came of it.
I feel like he did the flying thing to like do like eventually prove to them that this is like, you know, to show them the evidence kind of vibe. But it yeah. Wait, did you see the interview with him
No.
recently? He was on CNN to talk about the show, and they were like, well, he actually had the guy from the show
Give me one
with
second.
him. Wait, where the heck did you go?
Sorry, I'm here.
Okay. He had the guy from the show, like the
The co-pilot.
no, not the co-pilot, the guy who was like in the FAA, or like the
Right.
old guy with like the glasses, who he initially was like, is this, when he asked him, it was like, if this is gonna be possible, and the guy was like, I guess, like if you can do the loophole kind of thing.
Such a Nathan for you moment.
And that guy was on the CNN interview with him to kind of like back him up, because like the interview was like, so Nathan, the FAA responded to the show and basically called all of this like a big fraud lie. Like they said like none of this pilot stuff is real. Like
Oh.
there's no evidence to prove or back up his claims, and he was just like, they're stupid and dumb.
Oh, I did see that. You're right. He's like, they're stupid and dumb. By the way, there's no evidence because they haven't looked into it. That's why there's no evidence.
Exactly. Like I was gonna say, like they only go from a like what technical thing went wrong with like the plane and why did it go down kind of vibe, you know?
Like, I kind of think he's onto something. Like,
Yeah.
like
And why
in a real way. Not like the Evanescence Sully way,
Yeah.
which like maybe that was onto something, but like he like I don't know.
why wouldn't they like I guess like this is just the way America is right now, but even if it wasn't, I feel like they still would have, like, even if like the government right now wasn't like in shambles, if like even if it wasn't in shambles and like America was crumbling, I feel like they still would have had the same response of like telling him that they wouldn't have found any like evidence of this. And
Yeah.
I feel like why wouldn't they want more communication like in as pilots? Like why wouldn't they be like, yeah, this is like an interesting idea, like maybe we should actually look into this and get more like training for that?
I think maybe because ultimately he is still Nathan Fielder, and ultimately he did present this like in a comedy show kind of
Yeah.
thing. Yeah, I don't know. I think that it's kind of a self-fulfilling prophecy in a way, you know. Like like a lot. Like I feel like everything Nathan focuses on lately, like all of his projects, are about himself trying to be taken more seriously,
Yeah.
and like
true.
how he's perceived. And damn, like I feel like that their response actually adds so much context to this whole season. Like, you know what I mean? Like that's kind of the ending of the season, I feel, not like the actual episode itself.
Yeah, true. I feel like because he I mean the whole show, like really that whole part of the show was kind of leading up to him like trying to push for them to have new training or look into that at least, and then they're just like, no. Like we're not.
It should have happened.
And it's just like, okay, sure.
Maybe that's why the last episode was him flying the plane, just because like that's kind of a satisfying ending in itself.
Yeah. Did you
Really, like,
called it the miracle of the Mojave?
Nathan Fielder is such a good storyteller, or at least like his editing team is, because like even going back to like Finding Francis, which I know we've talked about before, like holy shit, was that edited, and like that was presented as such an amazing story.
Yeah.
And so was this, like the Rehearsal season 2, like holistically, like told like a really awesome story, I think. And like, you know, he weaved in, like just like he did with Finding Francis, he weaved in his own kind of like psychology into it, I think, and like with the whole autism thing.
Yeah, and speaking of that, I thought we've had our I just think it's funny because like not just us, like I feel like in general people kind of I've seen some talk about him potentially being autistic, and I thought it was going to lead to him just saying that on the show, and then it didn't.
He basically did, though. Like,
yeah,
the way that it was presented, he basically did. He's just doing a bit where he doesn't want to address it.
Yeah, true. But I mean, I thought that was a big moment for Nathan Fielder as a person on the show,
and like it was a beautiful storytelling moment, and just because he makes himself an unreliable narrator, you know, like while still giving us all the pieces, like he's still. It's similar to the thing with Finding Frances when he like starts to bond with like that that I don't know what to call her, the girl for hire. I don't know what to...
right.
Do you remember like he starts like spending time with like a girl, and then like fake convinces himself that he has a real connection, and then that's the note that like the show is trying to end on, but like deep, like we know that he doesn't really think that because it's like it's so ridiculous, you know. And like I feel like he doesn't, like he's not actually avoiding that about himself. It's just the character that he portrays in both Nathan For You and also The Rehearsal, like with this autism diagnosis. Like
true.
He kind of like built a character around like not wanting to hear the result and like not wanting to be tested for it.
Right.
So and it's so good. It's so effective.
Yeah, this I always see like people who haven't watched The Rehearsal, like maybe I feel like people would like it, like I feel like more people would like it, I guess more people would get into it if they, because like when you like read a headline, you're like, what the hell is this? Like, what do you mean he flew a plane? Like, what is this show even about? Like, what is going on here? I thought this was supposed to be like a comedy show. I feel like more people would like if they just gave it a chance and like maybe watched a little bit of Nathan For You or like understood his approach to things, and they would like probably get into it more. Like more people would get into it.
So my dad watched this season.
Right.
I would say he's a very he loves HBO stuff, and he watches like kind of like he loves Succession, and he loved like other stuff. So like The Rehearsal was kind of like outside of the scope that he usually watches, and I remember I texted him about it. And I was like, what did you think? And he was like, I feel like I never truly get what's going on, but it's like so compelling.
Right.
And he's like, I don't know why, like essentially he was like, I don't know why I like it, but I do. that at least that's how I interpreted his comments. But I thought that was interesting. Like he's so not in on the joke, you know what I mean? Like my dad is like very not like he's like I feel like Nathan Fielder is very targeted to like millennials and younger, where it's like we're so drenched with so many layers of irony that that's I feel like it's harder for different generations to like pick up on that sometimes. So I just thought it was funny. My dad was like, I feel like I didn't get the joke, but it was so good. And it's like, yeah, it kind of is like it's hard to like get the joke sometimes with Nathan.
I feel like with this show, The Rehearsal, it's leading like even like in season 1 where you don't really fully like maybe if like you don't know Nathan Fielder, you didn't watch Nathan For You, you just jump right into The Rehearsal, and I feel like maybe people need to like understand that like maybe this show isn't necessarily about the subjects or like the people that he's like bringing on and like showcasing, like the one guy that was like a pilot but then he was like trying to do like this like relationship thing. Remember that whole bit? Like maybe it's like not about that, but it's about himself, and it's about himself getting to like a certain thing, a certain place, or like understanding a certain topic. And we have to look at it through that lens of like, this is just him like trying to explore this topic, and like
it really is an evolution of Nathan For You, because he's still doing a lot of the same things, like setting up elaborate schemes and pranks for like manipulation, I guess. But it's so much less about just like the prank itself. Now is these like longer term projects, and he's trying to get like actual like actual interesting results from it, I guess. Like even season 1 with like simulating the fake life and that like actress or not even actress who was living in the house with the fake kid. He's trying to like it's not necessarily at people's expense as much as it used to be.
Yeah,
because Nathan For You, I rewatched that like recently. That he was mean, like he was downright mean sometimes.
Yeah. And I feel like
most of the
there's
time
a whole like generation of people who maybe even if they do like Nathan For You and maybe they don't get the rehearsal, like they probably are expecting that, like they're expecting that tone of a show, and I don't think it's that. I feel like it's more about Nathan Fielder as like a person. I feel like that's like where it's culminating, and that's kind of like the whole storytelling of the autism diagnosis and everything. And
yeah,
I feel like that's like a perfect portrayal of like what the show really is like about.
Yeah, it was like we saw Nathan For You evolve. Like it started out as just a business prank, and then like he did that episode The Hero where he took over that person's life and like made him a national hero in 30 days. And then that was also about Nathan himself. Like he started to weave in like, why can I be such a great person as pretending to be someone else? And then Finding Francis was essentially like a soft pilot for The Rehearsal, because that was its whole own documentary that like started to involve Nathan personally. So like The Rehearsal is literally just an evolution of what he always used to do, just on so much of a grander scale with such a bigger budget and just less at the expense of like random people. Like he kind of shifted away from pranks to like he loves that awkwardness, he loves the social interaction, but it's more like he's studying social interaction now more than like anything.
True. And I think that's kind of like what, like when you said like why was he like flying a plane, like I think it was like partly because of the like him like trying to do like the pilot thing, like the pilot rules and communication, but I also feel like he wanted to like maybe prove to himself or something that he could do this like thing, you know, and he was just like, what better way of an excuse of like flying this and getting people in the like actual plane than like it's like doing this like whole show.
Also, his co-pilot was so perfect for this. Like I don't know how they found him, but he played the perfect role that he needed to be like in this show, like in the culmination of everything that he had been trying to prove. With like, because he was so awkward, he was like kind of avoidant. And he would like say things around what he was like intending to mean. You know what I mean? But also he was extremely open to Nathan, like continuing to tell him like, you can communicate with me. Sure. And like he wasn't like, he didn't shut down at any point. He didn't like shut off like a lot of people do to Nathan Fielder. He was like, oh, okay, well, like just so you know, like I'm telling you everything, but you know, let's just keep talking and let's just, you know, it was funny.
Like, kind of awkward at the same time.
It was so awkward, yeah.
And it was just like, honestly, the whole like last episode was wild. Like the whole plane flight was insane, because it's like there's like a plane like right next. I don't know. That's insane. I was just like, how are they flying like a plane right next to these like two like experienced but also not experienced pilots, like with people in the fucking
and the cameras.
Just like they're just like the camera plane, like the plane with the cameras in it. It's like, why are they so close? Like this is nerve-wracking.
It did get an awesome shot, and like I love that they put that in the show, like how cool that shot was. But also like that it was clearly freaking the co-pilot out.
True. I mean, it would freak me out. It was freaking me out when we were watching it, and I was like, well, obviously like they survived, so like
no, it was tense. Like that entire sequence, it was like half the episode of him flying, then landing, and then it went to like the finale of the singing show where that girl sings Bring Me to Life. It by the way crushed it.
Right.
Wasn't she good?
And I love that they brought that back in around like and finished off that storyline at the end.
The only thing I would say would be better is if they interspersed that sequence with him landing. You know, like how Nathan had done for Soli and like played it over. Like, what if they did that while Nathan was landing?
True.
That's what I would like. Edit the landing sequence and the singing competition and his autism thing. Edit it all together is what I would have done.
When we were like waiting for this season to come out, I felt like it took so many years. Like I felt like we were waiting so long, but we were waiting so long because of all of this like fucking flying stuff and like him literally learning how to fly a plane for like 2 years while he was doing this like show. And it's like I was like, because I was like waiting for it, and I was like, well, maybe they ran out of ideas or something, but I feel like they didn't run out of ideas. I felt like watching the show, it kind of made sense why we had to wait so long for this to like happen, you know, this show to come out.
Oh, absolutely. Like, it completely slipped my mind. Like, the rehearsal came out, what, like 2021 or something?
Yeah.
Like the rehearsal was gone from my mind, and then like I just saw like the rehearsal 2 trailer dropped, and it's coming out next week. You know, I just saw that.
And it was like so, but like most shows nowadays, especially like HBO shows, like it's like a year or 2 max between seasons.
Not really.
Like, what do you mean, not really?
What about streaming shows? They took fucking 4 years to make a second season of the Jenny Ortega show, Wednesday.
Right, I guess.
It's like 4 years for every new season of Stranger Things. It's like all the big streaming shows, which, by the way, not that I saw Wednesday, but like everything that I saw about it, it just seems like a show that would have aired with 25 episodes per season, new season every year on like the CW in like 2010.
Yeah, and first of all, speaking of that like time period, what happened to shows? Why are we not doing that still? Like, why are we not doing 20 episode seasons all year
I
long?
miss 20 episode seasons so fucking much.
Yeah, I wish that like was happening.
I don't know if I talked about watching Lost on this podcast, but I watched Lost for the first time ever last year.
Right.
Dude, 25 episode seasons that aired year back to back to back. It couldn't be us. Lost is like genuinely like we cannot make a show as good as Lost anymore because like we have lost that art.
And honestly, that wasn't even the only one. Like, freaking House was on every week and every year. It was like 20 episode seasons. And then Prison Break, even though like probably wasn't as popular, but like that had a lot of episodes as a year, and they were hour-long episodes. Just insane.
Yeah, and now like I don't even know what's on TV anymore.
The Rehearsal.
The Rehearsal, well, obviously, like that's going to be like 4 or 5 years in between. I feel like Rehearsal season 3 is going to drop randomly, and I would say 2028, no promo whatsoever, and it's going to change our lives.
I mean, yeah, and it's just I wish. I mean, I want it to be every year, but like I don't know. I feel like it's better to wait, especially with this show specifically. It's kind of like better to wait the time period because you can tell he's like actually doing something and actually like preparing and doing like a lot of things, whereas like some shows maybe you could probably produce the show in a year. Maybe like you said, like Wednesday could probably be like a show like that where it's like you could probably get this done in like a year. Like
that is genuinely a CW drama show, hour long. I would say, by the way, I amend my earlier statement. It's not 2010, it's 2015. That is peak 2015, right? It's unbelievable. It took them 4 years. And Stranger Things, like obviously Stranger Things is like a bigger budget, but it's the ongoing joke how like the kids are so old now, and it's been that since season 3. It's why do we wait 4 years between every season? And it's just because now, well, I understand why. It's because like streaming services wait for the season to drop and then see what viewership is and then renew it. So that adds an entire like year before they even renew it than like cable shows would.
True.
So, but whatever. It's
we're
like
gonna be waiting like 10 years for Yellow Jackets. Well, not you, but the people who actually watch that show.
Are they doing season 4?
Yeah, but it took so long for them to renew that.
Yeah, it's whatever. That's the thing. Yellow Jackets. But this isn't even a critique on Yellow Jackets. This is a critique on streaming and like on our TV overall. Like, part of the reason why I didn't want to invest in Yellow Jackets is because I was like, I don't like if I have burning questions about this, like I don't want to have to wait 3 years for a new season to maybe get answers. and then forget about it again for another 3 seasons, or for another 3 years.
And then that show is like a lot of them. You're not. It's like wrapping up some storylines, but you're still not getting like a lot of answers. Just so you know.
And like it just in general, like it's like I like if 3 years pass, I don't remember what happened.
Yeah.
And the only like there are very few shows that I'm willing to rewatch. Severance being one of them. I watched season 1 again before watching season 2, and thank God I did, because I forgot like a lot of what happened because it had been 3 years.
Yeah, I just feel like the Rehearsal, even if we were still like mostly getting episode or seasons of shows in general every year, and they're like are getting like cranked out seasons of like 20 episodes, I still would want the Rehearsal to be like the way it is, because I feel like it's like kind of like an event, and there's so much like work and preparation that goes into it. It's just like good.
No, I agree. The Rehearsal is perfect as it is.
You know,
and I'm pretty sure, like I'm confident there will be a 3rd season at least.
Yeah,
I think it'll go until Nathan gets bored. He wants to move on to his next thing. Honestly.
It's just a crazy show, and honestly, like I wouldn't have probably even watched the Rehearsal. I would have been one of those people that would have been like, no, because the only reason I even started watching this stuff is because you literally told me to watch like Nathan
the Rehearsal. Oh,
yeah.
I did.
Or like one of those shows, or we watched The Curse, and then you were like, you should watch his other show.
Oh yeah, you hadn't seen The Rehearsal when you watched The Curse, and I was like, that's so fucked up.
Yeah, and then I was like, well,
right. Oh my god, because you weren't familiar with Nathan Fielder. Oh my god. Right. Wait, I'm a prodigy. Listen, I cannot believe that. First of all, you took my opinion seriously, and
and
second, actually did it.
We are, you know?
And now look at us. Are you like the biggest Nathan fan of all time now?
I mean, I feel like I get his like where he's coming from, you know, his like dry humor, and also just like I just feel like some people don't get it maybe, or like they just aren't prepared for what they're getting into.
Wait, so when was the first time that you saw Nathan For You?
Like I probably watched like an episode when it was like on TV, and then I didn't really like watch it or get into it until I went back and rewatched after like we had that conversation.
Oh my god. See, this whole time I didn't think that you took my opinion seriously. I just start crying. Right. No, but I'm being serious. Like this whole time, I can't believe you actually took my suggestion.
And then I went back, and we were like, well, we can't like not watch it now after sitting through Nathan For You and the Rehearsal season 1, you know?
Yeah.
And we liked it.
Didn't curse.
After rewatching, like going from Nathan For You and then going right into the Rehearsal, and not really knowing what to expect with the Rehearsal, and then like where it kind of culminated in now, like I don't know, the trajectory is wild, and I feel like it was a good experience to kind of go into it like from the beginning and now, and like to see how much growth and like, you know, like he's had.
By the way, not the same thing but kind of related. I think people who like Nathan For You and like that, like his style of humor there,
right?
I'm guessing like I Think You Should Leave, like that skit show on Netflix,
right?
Tim Robinson's movie Friendship is in theaters, or it was at least. It's probably not anymore. And I saw it. I really saw it.
We haven't seen that yet. We want to watch it. We didn't like obviously like been busy, didn't get to go to the movies recently.
Yeah.
Actually, I have seen a newer movie though, but it wasn't Friendship.
I am so gagged. Wait, hold on. I'm so curious. But wait, let me. Okay.
And I do want to check out the show. Well, I didn't know if I would like the show.
What I Think You Should Leave
show, because like there's like some like really like people that we like hate that like liked the show, like or like have been involved with the show, like comedians and stuff, and there's like some comedians we just like absolutely loathe, and it's just
wait,
like,
who?
well, like the whole crowd of like anyone I just know, I don't know, like, just there's like some comedians like in the whole comedian sphere.
Be specific.
You want me to name a list? Like, I have a list of like the list of people I in the comedian sphere that I hate, that I don't hate, is like I could probably name on like with like five.
Oh my
fingers,
god,
like
you were
5
such a snob.
And,
Who was on I Think You Should Leave that you hate?
Well, I don't know if they were involved in it. It's just like, you know what I mean? It's just
What?
like the vibe that they give off, that they probably liked it, and it's like, if they liked it, do I want to like it?
Oh my
don't
god,
know.
you were such a snob.
Am I
That is
though?
the
When
snobby-
everyone's going on
Yes.
Joe Rogan and they love it, and they love Joe Rogan, and they love the manosphere, and they love Joe Rogan's sphere of people, and they hang out with him and suck his dick every day. That's why I don't like it.
I genuinely have no idea what you're talking about. I have
okay,
absolutely
well,
no idea what you're saying.
It's just like comedians in general, like stand-up comedians. I just don't vibe with them. Like Theo Vaughn probably is like involved in likes this kind of stuff. Eric Griffin, I don't really like him. Crystalia,
okay, so
Stavros,
because-
Shane Gillis, all those people I hate.
I know Shane Gillis. So you're like, these comedians aren't even involved, but you're like, they probably like this show,
The thing
so
is,
I
is, like,
hate
I
it.
didn't watch the show, but I literally thought like this was gonna be like a show like a Tires with Shane Gillis kind of show, which I'm not gonna ever watch, no matter how many people try to tell me that I should. I just hate them, and I hate that kind of sphere of people. But I don't know
by
about
the
Tim
way-
Robinson, so I don't know. I didn't,
That is okay. Honestly, I'm sorry. That is insane. You just said the most insane thing I've ever heard.
I don't know. I don't think it's that insane. I don't think it's that insane. Well, I'm on your side. I think we should probably watch it. I don't know. We haven't
Okay.
watched it because of that. That was
Okay, gotcha. I don't really have. Okay.
because like who
Anyway.
like what if somebody we absolutely loathe is like pops up in one of the shows, one of the episodes.
Then you fucking shoot yourself and die. I don't know. Like, you just watch the episode, then he leaves, and then what happens? Who cares?
I mean, I guess.
Oh, no,
okay,
these are like.
you changed my opinion. You changed my opinion. You know.
I mean, the thing is, you probably don't know this. Is it's like these are like skits. Like, it's a skit show, and like skits are like, I would say 10 minutes max, and like a lot of them are like a lot shorter. So at the very worst, an actor shows up you don't like, you look at them for 10 minutes and then never think about it again.
Right. No.
Like,
I
what,
get
you
it.
just
I
you
get
just
it.
can't bear that? Like, you're just like, you just die.
And
Sorry.
maybe if we do watch the show, that show, maybe we can do like a whole episode about that show and the movie, because I think we're gonna
Well-
watch the movie eventually. Once
So-
it's on streaming.
Okay, like let me just get like my early thoughts documented then, and we can like come back to it if we do. But like,
Yeah.
like for me, Tim Robinson is a very Nathan For You-ish figure in terms of like, or Nathan Fielder-ish figure, I should say, in terms of like he has a show. It's about social awkwardness basically, and like I fucking love it. It's like very precious to me. It's hilarious. One of the funniest things I've ever seen. I was hoping that Friendship was kind of his like the curse moment, or kind of his like the rehearsal moment,
Right.
where he kind of like, or even his Finding Francis moment, where he steps beyond what he's been like, what he's established, and takes it a step further. It's really not though. It's like, it's just more of I Think You Should Leave, and like I think maybe it's unfair because I had just seen the Rehearsal season 2 like while like I was watching the Rehearsal like while this like I was in the middle of that season when I saw this movie.
Yeah.
And maybe my expectations were too high, but like this wasn't an evolution of an actor who was based in awkward humor. This was just a plateau. Like, instead of a skit show, it's just a movie now.
Right. Okay.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So like, I guess Nathan Fielder is like an unfair standard to compare him to, but there was nothing new that I got from it. It was just
It's kind of,
flatline.
is it like kind of like what you would expect from his like humor?
It's that, but it's like, it's just not as funny as you think it would be. And so if it's not going to be as funny, it's still very funny. Like,
Right.
you know, I definitely laughed. Like, it's still a funny movie, but it's not like, it doesn't crack me up as much as the skit does. The skit show does.
Right.
So it's not as funny as I expected it to be. and therefore, like, I was like, okay, so he'll compensate it by like doing something new. Like Nathan Fielder always like, Nathan Fielder started to infuse character into it and story, and like there's story here, but it's not like it's not deep or like introspective or anything, and like he just continues to play the same character that he always has on the show.
Right.
And it does, like, I don't learn anything new about the character other than just seeing more of him. You know what I mean? Like, except now I see him at work.
Right. Okay.
So it's just, yeah, I don't know. I left like disappointed in what it was, while acknowledging like what it is still good. Like, it's still a good movie that I can recommend.
All right. Well, I think I know Ashley definitely wants to watch it. I think we'll probably watch it when it like hits streaming or something.
It's definitely a streaming movie.
The show, we'll have to get into the show. I'll give it a chance. I'll put my biases aside.
And if an actor who you hate shows up, Bob Odenkirk is in it. Do you hate Bob Odenkirk? Is he in the Manosphere? Who fucking knows?
No, I don't. I know. Okay. Wait, can I like? Okay, let me like explain myself with my hatred for comedians. Part of it is just like. Part of it is, well, not comedians in general. Like, there's like I like comedy, obviously. Like, comedians like Nathan Fielder is cool. I just don't like the the stand-up comedy. And by the way, I used to love stand-up comedy. This is coming from a guy who literally used to love stand-up comedy. I grew up live. That's what I would watch. I would like fucking love. I used to love stand-up comedy, but then I noticed that like. It's all the same bullshit. They're all just like the same. They're like, let me tell you about this current topic that everyone else has already talked about, and then we're going to talk about it again, and I'm just going to not really be funny at all, and I'm just going to also kind of be a Trumper at the same time, and now I'm also going to go on Joe Rogan and tell everyone, I'm going to do little bits on Joe Rogan, and then he's going to not get the bit, and then it's going to be boring, and everyone's going to hate me, and that's just what it is. And then they just do it every night, and they're like doing this like stand-up comedy bit, and they all suck, and it's just annoying,
Yeah, no, I've seen like a lot of the stand-up that I've watched recently, which isn't like a lot, but like there is a lot of repetition in the subjects that they watch.
Didn't we watch like a Dave Chappelle special like together when I was like there once? And it's just like, I'm pretty sure we did that. Like, we watched like one of his specials. And it's just like,
maybe
imagine
it's
that,
same
but
shit,
like 10 times like worse, and it's just like, that's what everyone does, and it's just so annoying. But yeah, and then I also just like have a burning hatred for a Joe Rogan and like a Shane Gillis kind of guy. And,
I mean, I could understand that.
Oh, did you watch Gerard Carmichael's new special?
No. Oh, wait, yes, I did. Yeah, actually. By complete chance, I put it on.
One, I think.
Yeah, I was at my friend's house when we put it on.
We thought that was pretty good. We thought that
it was great.
Good.
I thought it was funny. I laughed several times. I enjoyed it a lot.
Yeah. So you know what? I don't hate all comedians. I'm just saying.
I know, but like, what I don't like. I do not follow the logic. You're like, oh, this I heard this comedian say. I don't know who he is. Was he on Joe Rogan? Yes. Okay. Was he on Joe Rogan? Okay, then I hate him. And he's problematic.
Hey,
cancel culture. Go to fucking Blue Sky. Go to fucking Blue Sky and cancel Nate Bargatze. Just run off to Blue Sky right now.
Oh my god. Okay.
God, you were.
All right, we finally got the whimsy back. This is why I said we were going to debate. And I'm just joking. I knew this conversation.
Your opinion on this is genuinely insane. I'm getting incentivized because like your opinion is genuinely crazy.
It's not crazy because, hear me out. There's too much lore to get into with comedians that I will have to like sit here for like 9 years like pulling up like every clip that like ever happened with every comedian that has ever lived, and then you'll be like, yeah.
I know that Joe Rogan's crazy. Like I know that Joe Rogan is like a leech to society. Yeah. Like I'm not debating that at all.
And it's not just that. It's not just those kinds of guys. It's like a it's just too much. It's too much to get into. It's too much, Okay.
Well, that's not very convincing.
I think that I just think that it's a tired trope to be a stand-up comedian right now. And like I liked Gerard Carmichael's special because like it was like more like just like life experiences and shit, and like not like let's just be this like person who gives a stupid take about some dumb shit with like a fucking the jokes are horrible. There's no jokes. It's just like, have you heard about, it's like literally just like, have you heard about cell phones? It's like, I'm not listening to this, bro. Well,
okay, I would just say, listen, I would just say, I agree with what you're saying in a microcosm where there are comedians like that. However, you're projecting that onto every.
It's most of the.
It's most of who you watch. It's most of who you watch. Why don't you try looking at a comedian who isn't on like fucking Netflix?
Yeah, well, I'm just saying,
Idiot.
if they're on Netflix, that's like, there you go.
Okay, well, why don't you expand your boundaries a little bit? Because you were like, it's a tired trope to be a stand-up comedian. That is an entire industry. That is an entire profession that you're just making a sweeping generalization of.
Should be abolished. That's my hot take.
The thing is, that's what you're saying unironically, though.
Exactly. I am being full serious right now, and I think Ashley will back me up.
Well, then the two of you are insane. The two of you are just like crazy.
You're like, no.
you're so into like whatever bubble that you found online, like Blue Sky or Tumblr or whatever the fuck. Like you're so into that echo chamber that like the moment you take this outside of it to someone like me who is not in that, like I'm just here to tell you like that is insane.
It's the thing is I think if we sat down privately and we just went over every single thing that every comedian that I hate has ever done, you'll know. You'll be like, okay, I see what you mean.
I agree with you in terms of some comedians are like this. Where I draw the line is when you say it's the entire industry.
Well, I just said I like Gerard Carmichael, but I'm just still like, yeah, get rid of those stand-up comedians. Get out of here. We're over it. You know?
Who you are over it. You and your bubble are over it.
Okay.
Meanwhile, 99.9% of adults are not.
No, I know what you mean. I'm being a little bit contrarian.
Yeah. Okay.
Like,
I'm being too heated too.
But I just like
there are good comedians.
Yeah, there are good. Obviously, I'm just like.
It's not. I'm just like I don't know. I take you too literally.
Yeah, I'm not.
I take you too literally.
I'm not.
In my defense, you're being very little.
Yeah, I'm not selling. Okay, I just don't think I sold my point very well, so I just like decided to go like full contrarian.
Okay,
but I feel like if I like showed you like some of the reasons why I hate certain guys, you'd be like, oh yeah,
for certain people, for some people, I would probably agree.
Like a Shane Gillis, you would be like, oh yeah, like I'm not fucking listening to Shane fucking Gillis ever.
I mean, I hate Joe Rogan, so like yeah. If they align with him, yeah, I'm sure I would agree. It's just the full
stand-up, and I'm specifically talking about his stand-up. And then you're like, well, if his stand-up sucks, why would I watch his TV show? Because this TV show probably sucks. You know?
Yeah, I'm sure it sucks. I don't know.
I haven't really experienced too much of Tim Robinson. That's why, like circling back to that show, that's like why I guess I'm a little bit biased, and that's why I haven't checked it out, was because of my biases. I'll be honest, and I'm fine with admitting that. But
he's like to me he's. Yeah, like to me, he's as close to like early career Nathan Fielder as we've gotten that I've seen.
And some guys that I do like who don't really do like stand up that much anymore, besides the one guy, but the guys from Workaholics, you know, the show The Workaholics.
Adam Devine.
Yeah, but I don't like Adam is like he's like too Hollywood now, but like Blake Anderson from the show. Like I'm pretty sure he like hangs out with Tim Robinson like as like a friendly thing. They're like friends, and he co-signs that show. I'm pretty sure. So I would.
Oh, I don't know who he is.
I vibe with him. He doesn't do stand up, but I vibe with his comedy.
Thank God he doesn't do stand up.
And
such a tired trope.
Yeah, you know.
Sorry.
You hate me.
Okay. I did not expect the conversation to take that direction.
You're like, fuck you and everything you've ever said.
Literally, though?
Yeah.
No, I'm just kidding. Recently I watched, what's her name? Eliza Schlesinger. I had to look up her name.
Okay.
Her new special is on Amazon. Fucking terrible. Like that's what I'm talking about. It's just a regurgitation of everything that other comedians have been saying for like years. Like, and I really liked, like, she had another special that I love.
That is what I mean. Okay, maybe I'm being a little too harsh on Nate Bargatze or whatever his name is. Maybe I'm being a little too harsh on him. And I also think I am thinking of somebody else, because when you said his comedy, the way he does his comedy, I'm thinking of somebody else.
He's very, like, he's the most, like, G-rated, like, broad appeal comedian I could think of.
The whole, like, when I said tired trope is like when a comedian gets on stage and just does the same old shtick of, like, the same stuff that every other guy is doing, but they just have to give their take on it, but it's not really, like, different than anything else, and it's just it feels formulaic and boring to me, and it doesn't produce a lot of laughs. That's why I said that to begin with, and I think that maybe I was being a little too harsh on a Nate Bargatze guy in that sphere, because I think I was thinking of somebody else. I just can't think of the name right now, but there's, like, another guy that's, like, because I said Christian, there's, like, a guy that's, like, always tries to slip, like, God and, like, stuff his religion into things and be like a...
Can we wrap up our episode with a game of
right?
Please, I'm being so serious.
We have to, before we get into that, we actually have to talk about the movie that I watched recently.
Okay,
the newer movie.
What movie?
You're gonna.
Is this the one that you sent me? The stepdaughter's princess?
No, The Ugly Stepsister, which you should watch, by the way.
I want to watch it. I'm being so serious. Is it gory though? Be honest with it. Is a fucking gory movie? Just say yes or no.
Maybe for you, but not like it's not like a Terrifier. Like every scene is like balls to the wall.
Is it like
blasting all over the wall kind of thing?
Like how, like where on the spectrum, like how close is it to The Substance? Gorier or less?
That's a good question. It's a different. Yeah, it's not as bloody. If that's what it's not as bloody. But there's like a couple of cool scenes that might make you like feel tingly inside.
I mean that's fine. Like I can handle some.
Yeah,
I'm like a 3 on the spectrum, whereas you're like a 10. You know.
Yeah, I think that's okay. I think that's what it would be. And it's like more like it's like a dark fantasy fairy tale vibe. It's like the Cinderella, but like the dark version of that.
What's it on?
Shudder.
Fuck. Can I rent it? Can I just rent it for like $4? I'd rather just do that.
I can probably. I don't know the login, but I could probably like give you like our login.
Would it work though? Like I know so many streaming services like don't let you do like more than one TV now.
It should work. I mean, we have like we've logged into like different things before.
Is Shudder through Hulu or something? Like I don't even know.
No, it's just it has its own app actually.
Okay, I'll have to download it. Yeah, send me that later and I'll watch it. I swear to God I'll watch it.
All right. It's not English. Wait. Yeah, I don't think it's English.
Just kidding. Subtitles?
Yeah.
Obviously. It's like you're like no subtitles. You're like no. Yeah. Why would I have subtitles?
I think it was pretty good. But that's not the movie I was talking about. The movie I was going to say is Bring Her Back.
Which I've heard of, but don't know what it is.
It's the new movie from the guys that did Talk to Me.
Oh.
But
you saw it?
Yeah.
Should I go see it?
Yeah, I mean yeah. It's not that gory, but it has like a couple of like insane scenes, I guess.
But like so did Talk to Me. Yeah, I can handle some. It's just when it's the whole point of the movie, like Terrifier.
The thing is with the movie Bring Her Back is like not the same tone as Talk to Me, because Talk to Me was like more fun. Maybe you don't feel that way, but it definitely is like a more fun vibe for like horror fans. But this one is like everyone keeps calling it bleak, I guess.
I can handle that. You don't know how versatile I am.
It has the actress from The Shape of Water in it.
Oh well, I fucking
that?
hate that movie. So never mind. Just kidding.
Right.
What's her name? Sally something.
Yeah. Yeah. And it's pretty good. It's a pretty good movie. You know?
Recommend.
I recommend it. I don't want to do spoilers or anything. It's kind of like a... And the thing is, with the movie, it's like a little bit tropey on the side of like... I've used that word too much today, but it is the word. It's like... It's tropey in like the sense of like... There's been a lot of movies lately. A lot of horror fans would probably agree that there's been a lot of movies in the genre of like grief horror. And this one is like a grief horror, I guess. But it's so like it's a little tropey that way, but it's still pretty good. I thought they did a good take on it.
Okay, I'm definitely interested in it.
Yeah, and that's the newest movie that we watched. But we haven't really been able to watch too many things because too many like newer stuff. I guess too much newer stuff.
I've seen... Okay, so I've started to finally see 2025 movies. So listen, I'm keeping track of them. Are you listening? I'm keeping track of all of them. Let me count. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. This is compelling listening, Jesus. Right? I watched 33 movies so far this year.
Okay.
And of those 33, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 were released in 2025.
Right. That's insane. But okay.
Why? In a good way or a bad way?
Yeah, because like, how have you only seen that many in 2025 releases?
How many releases? Because what the fuck has come out this year? Like, let's be honest. What has come out this year? Besides from Sinners, which I watched, Companion, which I watched, and Friendship, which I watched.
Okay, so Bring Her Back. Also, another movie which I want to mention to you and see if you've even seen it, is a movie that came out this year called Mountainhead.
That's number 6 on my list. I watched it.
And okay, wait, let's unpack that because before we do, let me just tell you because like look, that is 25 just 2025 releases that I've seen that you're
actively scrolling through.
Yeah. Some of these are like TV shows, but
where are you seeing these movies? You said you're not going to the theater. Where are these movies?
Well, we've seen them before. Mickey 17, like, didn't you watch that or no?
No, I haven't, but that's next because that's on HBO. So I can watch it now.
Yeah, like Borderline, The Monkey, Holland.
Never gonna watch The Monkey. Don't know what Borderline is. What was the last one?
Holland.
Never heard of
that. Yeah, Control Freak. Hello.
I never. Let me ask again. Where are these movies that you're seeing?
Some of those are on Shudder. Some of them are just streaming somewhere or wherever.
Oh, so you're so much more in. Yeah, should I see that? Is that good?
You might like it. It's funny. Yeah.
That's gonna be on like HBO and or Paramount Plus soon because that's A24, right?
Yeah.
That's gonna be on one of them soon. I'll watch it when it's on streaming, maybe.
And okay,
I don't know. The thing is, like, if a movie doesn't interest me, if I don't want to see it, I'm not gonna see it. And I feel like you watch like everything.
Yeah, we do try to watch like a lot of stuff. Okay, I will be honest with you. Now that I'm looking at this, a lot of these are just like little TV shows. Like we watched Black Mirror. You can like log each episode individually. Love, Death, and Robots, which are like little short films on Netflix. You can log individually.
I did see. So my Letterboxd, I'm looking at. I take like a note myself because I just like don't know how to use Letterboxd.
Yeah.
But like, I did watch one of the new episodes of Black Mirror, so that's on my Letterboxd.
Yeah.
Let me see.
I mean, I guess we don't need to count that as like a movie. Oh, we watched Final Destination Bloodlines.
Sort by release.
Oh,
I'm not opposed to it.
by the way, if you go to diary and then just go to sort by, or go to just year and then 2025.
Yeah, I'm looking at that now. Wait, what did I not?
And some of these also on my list are like documentaries or like docu-series, which you probably don't like watch or like don't care about. So.
Well, that's the thing with Letterboxd. That's why I don't trust it, because Friendship to me is a 2025 movie, but on Letterboxd it says 2024.
What? Oh, I mean, maybe that's weird because maybe it dropped like at like a festival or something last year, and then
it probably did, but like it's not on my 2025 list, you know.
Yeah.
And to me, that's a 2025 movie.
Yeah, I do agree with you there. I feel like some of these get listed as like some weird years.
Yeah, but okay, my 6, like Sinners,
Yeah.
Companion, another Simple Favor, which was straight to streaming. By the way, awful movie, hilarious. I was dying. Funny, I would say funnier than Friendship. Right. Awful movie. Thunderbolts, which I actually I did end up seeing because my friend wanted to go. Honestly, Thunderbolts was a good movie. I'm just gonna say it. It's not even like the MCU in me. It's like Thunderbolts was a good movie. Not
I'm
great.
gonna let that one
Good.
hang.
Look it up. Hold on. Well, let's check what it has on Letterboxd.
Yeah, I'm sure.
It has a 3.7, babe. It has a 3.7, babe. Usually, like average MCU on Letterboxd is like a 2.5,
yeah.
unless it's like good.
True.
So 3.7. That's good.
Mountainhead. What?
Insufferable.
Insufferable. Okay, that's what. Well, I gave it a 3.5. I'm kind of thinking about dropping it down.
I gave it a 3, I think.
Yeah.
So it was insufferable on purpose.
Right.
It was still insufferable.
Yeah. Yeah. Like, what I saw a lot of people's reviews, like it's not getting great reviews. Let's just say that.
Well, it's genuinely, like, obviously, it's like you saw Succession, right?
Yeah.
I think we talked about that. Like, obviously, like it's supposed to be Succession in like 90 minutes instead of 4 seasons.
Yeah.
It took all like the worst part, like not the worst parts of Succession, but like the parts that you hate to watch.
Right.
And just that was it, though. There was no levity in between. There was like no deep character study because there wasn't really time for it.
Yeah.
So it's just kind of like the parts that you can't stand about the characters.
Yeah, and I feel like a lot of people hated it. Well, just like it's like you either like liked this or like got through it, or some people just like couldn't even get through it. I was reading.
I almost didn't because I watched it late, but I persevered. The twist, quote unquote, like near the end was like enough to keep me watching. Like I was just dipping down, and then that happened, and then that got me interested again.
Right. Just like insane. I was just like, I felt like they could have probably actually done a lot more with that. Like if you have the Succession theme, like the themes that like are riddled throughout Succession in the way that they directed it and wrote it and kind of like structured it, if you had that but just like actually like went a lot harder with the subject matter or like actually cared about that at all, like it probably could have been like a lot better. I thought like if they leaned into like the real life aspects of that, could have been better.
I mean, I think like insufferable by design, as I said. It's like, but so is a movie. Like so is a movie like Uncut Gems. You know, like it's supposed to be like insufferable to watch, but like Uncut Gems like is a great movie. Whereas this, I feel like it's just like okay.
Yeah,
like,
I thought it was going to be a lot better. Like we were excited.
You couldn't pay me to watch this again.
Because we were like, oh, the guy from Succession. Like it seems like it has that vibe. It's gonna probably be good, like really good, because you like Succession, but couldn't capture the same spark. You know?
Yeah. No, it wasn't garbage. I almost said garbage. It wasn't garbage.
Right.
But yeah, it was just like it was just insufferable, and like I don't know. I don't have much else to say about it.
Yeah.
The acting was good. Steve Carell was just insane, like as he always is, but like insane in like a very specific way here that I liked.
Yeah.
it was fun seeing how incompetent all four of them were, like especially near the end when the three of them like gang up against the one, and like how incompetent both sides were.
Right.
I guess not really. I think the one got what he wanted, to be vague.
True.
But yeah, rough watch for me.
Yeah, I feel like there wasn't like a lot to say, which is why I didn't even think you were gonna watch it, to be honest. I thought you might have like seen like someone's shitty review and been like, I'm not watching that.
No, honestly, it was spur of the moment. Like I was on HBO watching the rehearsal,
right.
And then like I just went back to the homepage, and it was last Friday, I think. So it was the day that it dropped, and I was like, oh, well, obviously I'm gonna watch this right now.
Right.
And yeah,
just wasn't that good.
Here we are. But tonight or tomorrow, I'm gonna watch Mickey 17. So I'll have 2025 movie number 7.
I think you should definitely watch Mickey 17, and maybe we can talk about that on the next pod too, like just as like a catch up.
The thing with me though is I'm trying to like watch movies like from varying decades, which like looking at this list, like overall like the vast majority is the 2020s that I've watched, but like
yeah.
Let's see. I have 2013, 1976, 2019, 2005, 1986, 1946.
What did you watch from 1986?
Stand By Me. Honestly, loved that movie. It was great. That was the first time I'd seen it.
Really? That's crazy.
Yeah. I bumped it up another half star. 1946, I saw The Red Shoes, and then 1938, I watched The Lady Vanishes.
What made you watch The Red Shoes? You were telling me about that movie.
Oh my god, it's genuinely like if you watch The Red Shoes, like besides from like the lower camera quality because cameras were just worse back then, like you would genuinely think it was filmed like modern day. It is such a modern looking movie that came out 80 years ago. It is insane how ahead of its time it is. You should watch The Red Shoes. It is incredible.
All right.
I can't believe more people don't talk about this movie. It's mind-boggling to me how good it is for the time period and just what it achieves without modern technology.
I think we'll
had visually one of the best visual scenes I've seen in a long time. Pure practical effects in film.
Should we do that idea that I had where we you like give each other a movie to watch, and then I could watch that and you could watch The Ugly Stepsister, and we could talk about
like I like that idea, but it's just those two movies were just so jarringly different that like I didn't think they would like let me like can I give you a modern movie to watch?
Sure.
And can we do an older decade movie watch too? Like, cause I want to watch older movies. Like we should talk about The Red Shoes there. I want to talk about like Alfred Hitchcock maybe.
By the way, a lot of the movies that Ashley and I do watch are older, and we find a lot of shit on Tubi. Like there's a lot of things that you probably wouldn't be expecting just on Tubi, and then I just usually I just say we'll just be scrolling, and I'll just be like, we're watching this right now, and I was like, click it.
Tubi, like honestly, like to be fair, like Tubi actually has a really good library.
True. I feel like it's underrated, and they keep adding stuff on there that you wouldn't expect.
It's really underrated. You're right. You're right. What can I say?
But yeah, I think we should do that idea of maybe for next episode where we give each other a thing and we talk about it.
But let me give you a different one because I don't want to do Red Shoes.
Okay. I think that'll be a good idea.
And then we're gonna do that, and then we're gonna do older decade movie.
And it'll force both of us to watch more movies, and maybe step out of our comfort zone.
For the older decade one, can you send me some? Like, I want to watch Who's Afraid of Virginia Woolf. Is that a good one?
Maybe.
Have you seen it?
No.
That's on Tubi.
Have you seen that?
No, I just said I want to watch it.
Well, yeah. Well, I thought we were just we'll do that. That's a good idea.
It's on the tubes.
All right. Now, do you have any kind of crazy bits to end our episode, or what?
Yeah, we're gonna do a fucking word find. Or do you want to do a different game? Bye.
Okay, bye. Oh, God.
Bye.